Hello everyone and welcome. If you've been looking for a powerful yet affordable solar-powered LED street light to light up a large area on your property, then you're going to want to see this video. Because in this video, I will be unboxing, installing, and reviewing this 120 watt solar-powered street light to see just how much light this little guy can put out. So stick around as I unbox and test this puppy. Alright guys, so when you unbox this puppy, this is everything you get. So let's get started doing a little bit of testing and see how this guy performs. But before we do that, be sure to hit that subscribe button. That way you get notified every time I produce another product review video or DIY video that you may find useful. So let me start off by saying that I did a review of a different solar powered street light a couple years ago. Now that light was just fine when I did the review, but I found that this light has some improvements over that previous light that I tested. This light brings the pole and the mounting hardware included, where the other light did not. It was an extra feature that you had to buy. This light is also dimmable, where the other light was not. And since it's been a couple years since I did that last review, I figured it was about time to review a new light for my viewers. So this is the 120 watt solar powered street light from Langy, available on Amazon, link in description below. At the time of making this video, this light kit right here retails for $104.99. But they also have a $20 discount on their Amazon page, making it even cheaper than that. And I should also mention that this is the strongest light that they have. They do have weaker or dimmer lights, however you want to look at it. They have 60 watt and 90 watt lights that are smaller and cheaper than this one if you don't need such a big light. But my philosophy is go big or go home, so I got the biggest one that they had. So what do you get when you unbox this guy? Well, you get the light itself, you get the mounting hardware, you get the pole to mount it up, and you get a remote control so you can control it from the ground when you have this guy set up really high up in the air. The warranty on this guy is 1 year, and the size of this guy, the dimensions are 25 inches by 10 by 1.5 in thickness. And the pole is 20 inches in length and about 2 inches in diameter. Now this guy has a gray ABS body for the light itself and aluminum for the pole, and it is powder coated. This light is IP67 all weatherproof, so that means it'll hold up to rain, sleet, snow, dust storms, anything you can throw at it, it'll be just fine. And the operating temperature is from minus 20 degrees centigrade to 100 degrees centigrade, or that would be minus 4 degrees Fahrenheit to 212 degrees Fahrenheit. So you're going to melt before this light ever stops working. And for my friends up in Canada, which I'll get a lot of questions from you guys up there, will this light hold up to your Canadian winters? Well, I think it will. It goes all the way down to minus 20 degrees centigrade, and I know you guys like centigrade up there. This guy is powered by a 15,000 milliamp lithium-ion rechargeable battery, and this guy puts out 3,600 lumens from 294 LED beads. This guy is solar powered, so you get free energy from the sun, and the installation is super easy since there's absolutely no wiring required to install this guy. The installation can be done on a pole, a wall, a fence, a tree, or just about anywhere you can imagine since there's no wires to run. All you have to do is make sure that the solar panel on the back is exposed to the sun, and you'll be just fine. And the front of it, if you want to see what that looks like, there you go. That's what this guy looks like on the front. And you can see you get 3 different sets right there of LEDs. And some of the other ones, like I said, the 60 and the 90 may have 1 or 2 missing depending on how much light they need to put out. And the light will be a bit smaller as well. So whatever is most convenient for you, be sure to check that out there. And if you're going to be mounting this guy on a pole, the pole is usable. The back right here, you can hook this up on a pole anywhere from 1.5 to 4 inches in diameter, and it should work for you just fine. Now the mounting, they suggest that you mount it anywhere from 13 to 23 feet in the air for optimal lighting. Now this light automatically charges up the solar panel during the day, and it comes on automatically at night to give you anywhere from 6 to 12 hours of runtime. This guy also does have 4 different lighting modes that you can select on the panel on the front, on this panel right here on the front with the button, or you can use the remote control to adjust the lighting to whatever one of the features you want. Now the lighting modes that it has, you can have anywhere from dusk to dawn, which is off all day long, so it's charging up, and on all night long at 100% power. The other way is full auto mode, where basically it charges up throughout the day, comes on at night at 30% power. When it senses motion, it goes to 100% power, so it gives you full lighting. And then after about 30 seconds, it goes back to 30%. So you get some dim lighting so you can see what's going on, but when it senses motion, it goes to full brightness and it lights up everything. Great for keeping intruders away from your property. The other mode is the on-off mode, where it charges up throughout the day, stays off all night, and then when it senses motion, it goes to 100%. After about 30 seconds, turns off again. That'll give you the greatest light, the greatest brightness, and the greatest durability because the battery will last the longest. The other mode is the timer mode, where you can select to have it run either 2, 4, or 6 hours if you only need it to run for a certain amount of time, but you don't want it to be on all night long. And one thing to mention also is that this light is dimmable, so you can select a lower output if you want to have less lighting instead of the full 100% brightness. So you can do that, like I said, with the remote, no problem at all. So this light is perfect for lighting up areas in your property. You can light up areas like your backyard, your front yard, parking areas, driveway, garage entry, pool areas, patios, tennis courts, barns, and many more. So before we go outside and get this guy hooked up, if you want to see exactly how bright it is right here on the bench, let me turn this guy on so you get some idea how bright it is. And I'll just turn it on facing up toward the camera, and then I'll turn it around and do it the other way. So there you go. That is really bright, and it really has not even had time to charge throughout the day. That's just whatever residual energy it has in the battery. Well, let me turn off this light right here and turn it on so we can see how much power it creates. And look at that. That is a heck of a lot of power that this light is putting up. And like I said, it doesn't even have much of a charge at all. The camera is probably dimming it a little bit, but it does put out a heck of a lot of lighting right there. So this is a very bright light right there. Let's go outside and hook it up and see how it performs. All right, guys, so before we go outside and get this guy hooked up, I know that some people are going to ask me, how do you get this guy hooked up? How do you get the pole and everything put together? How do you assemble it? All right, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that right now. And I know there's always some people that ask me to show them what the LED beads look like. So let me show you the front of this guy so you can see close up. That's what the LED beads look like on this guy. Nice rows of LED that light up everything and give you real good lighting at night. And under this panel right here, this is where the circuit board, the battery, everything resides under this guy here. So as far as putting this guy together, it's really, really easy to do. You have the pole, all you do is slip it into this little area right there, and then you have this cover plate that you put on it right there. Now it brings you the screws. These screws are for assembling this body part right there. These other screws are wall anchors, so you can anchor it to a wall somewhere. These are for masonry and stuff like that. If you want to secure it to a piece of wood or something, a wall, a fence, a pole, anything that is made of wood, you're going to need to supply your own because they're not included. This is only for masonry installation. Now as far as securing this guy on here, it's really quite easy to do. You take the screw and all you have to do is basically hook it up. You have the screw, you have a washer, and you put that in here. And then on the other side, you're going to have the lock nut and the nut that hold it from the other side. So you're going to have 4 bolts on here. All 4 bolts, all these bolts go on this part right here. And then you're going to flip it over and you have the bolts coming out of the other side. Let me see if I can do this. There we go. So you have the bolts sticking up right there. And what you're going to do is take the lock nut, the lock washer, I should say, take the nut and just bolt it on right there, and you just tighten it up, and there you go. And the nut gets captured on there, and all you do is tighten that up until it's all secure, and you're ready to go. That's the easy assembly that you need to get this guy set up. So you have the light, the pole, everything ready to go. Let's hook it up outdoors and see how it looks. Alright guys, so here we are outdoors. I set up the light so we can see how it performs. I'll probably set up a little different later on, maybe get a bigger, better, stronger pole. Right now it's about 15 feet off the ground, so that should give us a good idea of how this guy lights up everything at night. But there you can see during the daytime how this guy looks when you're looking straight up at it, and that's what you would see on an everyday basis if you have this light set up. So let's come back at night and see how this guy lights up my entire backyard. And here we are at night, and right now it is at 30%, and I'm hiding from the light so it doesn't see me, so it doesn't go to 100%. But you can see it puts out a lot of lighting even at 30%, and you can dim this if you want to if it's too bright for you, but one light is lighting up my entire backyard. So here I go in front of it, so we'll activate it and have it go to 100, and there you go. There's the 100% lighting. Look at that. That is some really serious lighting right there. It really lights up the entire yard. And that's only one light. I mean, look at that. It takes up more than half of my yard. And I'm going to move to a different perspective so you can get an idea of how this looks. but there you go. It goes back to the 30% once again. So let me move to a different angle. That way I can give you a bigger shot of the entire yard so you can have some idea how this thing lights up. And there you go. It sends me again. It goes back to 100%. And now we're going to see it again. Let's see what it looks like from this perspective. And you see it lights up the entire yard, pretty much. It's total night. It's total pitch black darkness. And with this thing, you really do not need any more lighting. It lights up everything for you beautifully. So there you go. Right now it's going to go back to 30% again. And there you go. So that's where you would have all the time when it's at normal 30%. And then it goes to the 100, which you just saw a moment ago. So there you go. That's a pretty strong light right there. Alright guys, there you have it, a review and demonstration of a powerful 120 watt solar powered street light. If you're looking for an affordable and easy to install solar light for a large area on your property, I think this is a great light to look into. Check out their Amazon page for complete details. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye for now.